Let's talk about how to derive the demand schedule, both in a table and in a graph. Let's say we're talking about the demand for beer. A demand schedule in a table simply tells you the amount of the quantity demanded that you have at every price. So let's say when the price of a beer is $20, who wants to buy a beer at that price? So no one demands. When the price of a beer is 15, let's say you'll demand 5 beers. The market demands 5 beers. When the price is 10, let's say the market demands 10. When the price is 5, it's 15. And when the price is 0, there's 20 beers. And this represents the law of demand. And when the price increases, the quantity demanded decreases. And when the price decreases, the quantity demand increases. We can put this information in a graph. So this would be the demand schedule in a graph. And simply by plotting the points, 20 and 0 is the first one, so that will be right here. And then the second one is 15 and 5, around here. And then 10 and 10 will be around here. 15 and 5 should be around here. And then the final is the x-intercept, which is 0 and 20 goes here. And then if we trace a line through these points, we actually have our demand curve. Alright, so now it's easy to see how a change in price will affect the quantity demanded. Let's say the initial price that you have was $10 for a beer. At that price you will have 10 beers. Let's say the price increased to 15. Alright, so this is you're here in the diagram. You're here in the diagram. And then you're here in the table. Alright, so you're at this point. It's point A. Now let's say the price increases to $15 per beer. Well, this is, if you look at the table, this is just a movement in the table from 10 to this one, 15.5. So you're moving along the rows of the table, but the numbers in the tables are not changing. That means that you're moving along the curve to a position higher in the curve at 15.5. All right? So when the price, since you actually have both the price and a quantity in the same diagram, in the same plane, then a change in the price is just a movement along the curve. The same thing, the price goes down to 5, then you will be at this point 15, which will be a movement to this point right here in the table. But the numbers in the table are the same. That's movement along the curve, that's a change, and what is changing, like you see, is the quantity demanded, right? From before it was 10, now it's 15. Before it was 10, now it's 5, if the price increases. Now, that is different than when we say, well, something other than the price change. Let's say the income that buyers have for beers increases, so now people can buy more beers. Well, what that means is that at every price, we're going to have more people demanding beers. Let's say that at every price, it's like we have more people basically. Let's say that every price we're going to have more, so now when the price is 20, we're actually going to have 5 people, 10 people, 15, 20, and 25, right? So you see that now the numbers in the table change because we actually changed something other than the price, and that increases the amount of buyers at every price. So if we want to graph that, it will be graphing a new, completely new demand curve. This one is 25, so we'll be here. Let's get rid of this. So this one will be 25. That's the first point. 15 and 10. Second point. 10 and 15. So this will be right here. Then we have 5 and 20. Right here, and then we have 0 and 20, right? So that's 25. So the new intercept will be just around here, right? So basically, what's happening here is that this demand curve is a new demand curve that moved to the right. So this is a change in demand. The structure of the demand actually is different. And what that means is that we have a shift in the curve. All right, so we'll do a few more examples in the next lesson here. But the idea is when the change is a change in price, you move from row to row, keeping the numbers the same. That means the movement along the curve When something other than the price changes, the number in the second column change, and then you have to shift the curve.